Hello, hello, and welcome to episode 196 of the Compassion and Cucumbers podcast. I'm Christine.
And I'm Sam.
Here's what's happening in today's show. This week's Why Files looks into why folks on Martha's Vineyard can no longer eat meat or dairy.
In our Noteworthy segment, we'll tell you how laid-off chefs from Planta's Florida location are using their talents to form a vegan chef service.
And in our main topic, we're taking you with us to the 2025 Rochester NY Vegfest. We'll tell you about the food, the vendors, and everything we experienced at this year's festival.
We sure will.
But before we get into that, what have we been up to?
Well, last week was the last week of summer break.
I know. It's a sad, sad thing.
No, not really. I don't consider it to be a sad, sad thing. So, my day today was filled with all the adrenaline and chaos that generally accompanies a first day of the semester.
Yeah, it was Sam's first day back to school.
Yes, it was.
We got her ready and put her on the bus and sent her away.
Not exactly, but that's the idea, I suppose.
But did you have a good first day back?
I did.
That's great.
I did. And it's not over because we're actually recording earlier in the day than we normally would because I actually have to go back to work.
She has to go
for
back.
meetings tonight.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So we just recently it's just been like VegFest prep and stuff like that.
Yes.
And of course, VegFest, but we'll tell you more about that later in the show.
Indeed, we will.
So let's just jump in. We have a recipe this week.
Yes, we sure do.
Yes, which is my summer tomato and carrot soup.
This was amazing.
That's what Sam said. It was amazing.
It was amazing. And it was inspired by the absolutely beautiful carrots and tomatoes that we were getting from our farm share.
Yeah, and it got to a point where we had way too many of these lovely cherry tomatoes, and they're just not your regular, not just the little red cherry tomatoes that you think of when somebody says cherry tomatoes. The little orange ones, which are just flavor bombs.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah, and then these other ones that they kind of look like teeny tiny little watermelons.
Yeah.
They're so cute and so tomatoey. I mean, they're very, very flavorful.
They're really special.
But we had too many of them to just, be using up on salads or whatever. And so I also had too many of their carrots, which, we can only go through so many carrots, and I don't want any of it to go to waste. So I'm like, I better think something up. So I made up this carrot and tomato soup, which turned out fantastically.
Yes.
And I'm going to put the recipe up on our Patreon. So if you're one of our Patreon community, you can get that recipe. It'll be up by the end of the week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know you're probably saying, soup? It's summertime. But this is a really good summertime soup.
It really is.
Yeah.
And also, I think the day that we had it, we actually had a break kind of in the heat that we've been experiencing lately.
It was a little cooler.
It was a slightly cooler day.
It was kind of soup worthy.
Yeah. So we had this absolutely beautiful soup. And Christine always, well, not always, but often puts pepitas on top of a soup.
Little roasted pepitas.
Oh, just fantastic.
Yeah. You can do all kinds of garnishes with this soup. You could do little microgreens. You can do perhaps some green onion.
Oh, it'd be beautiful. Yep.
Yeah. What else was I going to say? Oh, but just to jump back a couple of steps, I am over the COVID.
Oh,
I have been over the COVID.
Yes,
so
you are.
That's good news.
Officially, and I still haven't gotten it, so it looks like we're in the clear.
Yeah, so maybe this soup helped that. I don't know.
It could be. It could be a bona fide COVID remedy.
Yeah, and along with the soup, I, of course, made toasted cheese sandwiches. Of course, vegan toasted cheese sandwiches.
Of course, yes.
Because toasted cheese and tomato soup, just, you kind of have to have that together.
Yeah, definitely. It's a classic pairing, no question.
Yeah.
Now, just in case you're thinking of, a grilled cheese sandwich and kind of your standard tomato soup, this soup was thicker and creamier than any, standard tomato soup out of a can.
Well, the carrots probably help with that. Yeah. And you roast all kinds of vegetables. It's not just carrots and tomatoes.
Right.
So, yeah, it's really flavorful. And on the sandwich note, Sam doesn't always like just a plain toasted cheese.
I don't.
I'm a plain toasted cheese girl, but Sam likes tofurkey and tomato on her toasted cheese. So
Very
that's
much
what
so.
her sandwich was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
It was good. It was
And
really good.
one thing to note about the soup as well is that we had it 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
And on the first night, it was very, very tomato forward.
Yeah.
And on the second night, it was mysteriously more carrot forward.
Yeah. That was really interesting.
And it was delicious both times, but the dominant flavor shifted.
Yeah,
It was
it-
really, really very cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. It kind of flipped after it had been chilled and then reheated.
Yeah.
Which is really odd.
Super cool, though.
Yeah. So it's like two soups in one.
Two soups in one.
Yeah, it's a tomato soup and it's a carrot soup. So
Oh, I was just assuming that particular rhythm was like a reference to something that I,
don't
didn't
know.
catch.
Maybe it was an ad or something that stuck in my psyche
don't know.
from way back. Who knows?
Who knows?
Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about this week's Y Files. In this week's Y-Files, this is a really curious case. This comes to us from thetimes.com. And the title of the article is, "We Can No Longer Eat Burgers or Ice Cream, all because of a tick bite." Now, this might be something that you've heard of in the past. A bug-borne disease that has taken over Martha's Vineyard and is turning people vegan, locals claim. In September 2020, deep into the pandemic, supply chain disruptions to Martha's Vineyard meant Andrew Keenan, a former chef, had gone months without being able to eat a proper cut of beef. So when his local grocery store finally started selling high-quality meat again, he bought a pack of skirt steak for his family and cooked a slap-up meal for which he and his wife and his daughter were all very excited. He marinated it in garlic vinegar and cooked it medium rare. To this day, he has not forgotten it. "I woke up at 2 a.m. with major stomach cramps and I thought I had food poisoning," said Keenan, 58. "I managed to go back to sleep, but woke up 4 hours later and was covered in hives. I sat up in bed and almost fainted just from sitting up. That's how low my blood pressure was." Keenan had gone into anaphylactic shock. He quickly took an antihistamine, rushed to the local hospital, and underwent a series of blood tests. Days later, the cause of the mystery illness was confirmed. He had alpha-gal syndrome, a life-threatening allergy to red meats and most dairy products. Hundreds of people in Martha's Vineyard, a large island south of Cape Cod, Massachusetts, are living with this rare condition, which can be caused by a single bite from the Lone Star tick. It has transformed this exclusive, carefree summer spot into a place where residents practice veganism, not because they want to, but because they have to. Sufferers cannot eat any food products that contain alpha-gal, a sugar molecule carried by the Lone Star tick and which is present in all mammals except humans and some monkeys. This means cheeses, milk, and meats from beef to venison are all off the menu. For some, even white sugar cannot be tolerated because its processing uses animal bone char. Alpha-gal symptoms, including hives, stomach cramps, vomiting, and breathlessness, often start to appear several hours after eating foods containing the molecule, giving the syndrome its nickname, the midnight allergy. Such is the prevalence of the syndrome in Martha's Vineyard that local restaurants and bakeries have introduced alpha-gal-friendly menu options, while grocery stores are selling more plant-based ice creams, cheeses, and meats than ever before. Sufferers have set up an alpha-gal support group and regularly share advice on social media on how to avoid being bitten. Others have started to shun dining out, fearing that they might fall ill from a slab of butter or a stray piece of cheese. "I'm on a Martha's Vineyard Facebook group, and it's a constant conversation," said Megan Delisle, the general manager of the Black Dog restaurant in Edgartown. "People are talking about it all the time. They get a tick bite, and they're scared, asking for advice." Her restaurant, she said, now offers an alpha-gal entree to cope with the demand, adding, "We'll have local people come in, and they'll absolutely ask for alpha-gal entrees. No dairy, nothing with mammals. The Lone Star tick, an 8-legged arachnid no bigger than a shirt button, was first found on Martha's Vineyard in 1985, but has become more established in recent years, feeding and breeding on the thousands of deer that roam the island's lush woods and beach grass. This is reflected in the rising number of alpha-gal diagnoses. Some 523 new cases were reported on Martha's Vineyard last year, out of 1,254 tests for the allergy, according to data from the island's main hospital. In 2020, just 2 out of 9 samples tested positive. Keenan, a telecoms repairman who thinks he first developed the syndrome after stepping in a cluster of ticks in 2019, was the second person on the island to be diagnosed with the alpha-gal, he said. At that time, none of the local doctors knew what they were dealing with. They were taking pictures. I was a case study, but they're pretty good now. But whenever he ventures off the island, nobody is aware of the condition. I went to the mainland for some dental work and told the doctor what I had, but he had no one in his office that had ever heard of it. That's 7 miles away from where I'm sitting right now. Keenan said he used to feel faint from the fumes released by a barbecue. I'm a little better now, he adds. Even so, he said his symptoms, diarrhea, cramps, and itching, can last days at a time whenever he's accidentally eaten something he shouldn't. In the most severe cases, anaphylactic shock can develop. Alpha-gal can be life-threatening for some, said Patrick Roden-Reynolds, a biologist who leads the island's tick safety program. Others may only get mild symptoms like hives. Reactions can be very different for different people. So anyway, what it appears is happening there on Martha's Vineyard is a large number of the residents living there have come down with this alpha-gal because of the Lone Star tick.
Yes, indeed.
And I have to think, is this Mother Nature's way of striking back?
It's an interesting thought.
You know, there are no coincidences in nature. You know, things are designed to work a certain way. Mm-hmm. So now all of a sudden you have this tick that bites people, and now you can't eat meat and dairy.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily all of a sudden that the tick exists. The tick has probably existed for quite some time.
Yeah.
But if you talk about, encroachment into wildernesses, land that used to belong to the deer, et cetera, as Martha's Vineyard has expanded as a tourist location, yes, it makes sense that humans would perhaps come into greater contact with the tick.
Yeah.
That causes this particular ailment.
I just find it really interesting that an animal as small as a tick can cause this much trouble.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, we all know about Lyme's disease.
Certainly.
And Lyme's disease can be terrible if it's not treated.
Absolutely.
And treated early. But this alpha-gal syndrome I just find it really, it's incredibly interesting how people react when they get it, that they can't eat meat and dairy.
Yes.
The article does go on to talk about controlling deer populations and the such, because it's always the animals' faults, right? It's never the fact that Martha's Vineyard has been taken over by wealthy white people in most cases. It's not the deer's fault that there are Lone Star ticks on Martha's Vineyard.
No, of course not. It does, however, indicate a need to adapt to the needs of those who have contracted alpha-gal syndrome.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like the restaurants and the grocery stores are adapting to it.
And not only that, but more accurate labeling is needed for food and medicine, making sure that it's indicated that it is alpha-gal friendly.
Yeah.
Mr. Keenan, who was the primary subject of this article, he actually said that he had been prescribed drugs in the past only to find out through the manufacturer's website that it contained an inactive ingredient that he couldn't consume.
Right.
So without that knowledge, he could, in fact, consume a drug for another condition that would make him very, very sick.
Yeah.
And it's going to be necessary in that area for pharmacies and local doctors to know that information and to make sure that drugs that they are prescribing for other ailments aren't contraindicated for alpha-gal syndrome. And just as a note, there's no treatment for alpha-gal. People's allergic reactivity can wane over time, and some are able to successfully reintroduce dairy, red meat, and other mammalian products into their diets. This has not, however, happened for Mr. Keenan.
Yeah.
He lives off a diet heavy in tofu and fish, And as he says, eats way more chicken than he would ever want to.
And that's not good. We don't want people eating more chicken. My recommendation to anybody that is diagnosed with alpha-gal is to adopt a vegan diet. And I would think that Martha's Vineyard now is a prime location for vegan restaurants.
Yeah.
And
that would be great.
If I were one of these people that came down with alpha-gal after being bit by a Lone Star tick, I think I would just adopt a vegan diet.
Well, but you already have.
Well, I have, yes. But if I were one of these people who were not vegan and then all of a sudden couldn't eat certain meats and dairy, wouldn't it just be easier to adopt a plant-based diet so that you don't have to worry about any of it? Instead of upping your consumption of chicken and fish.
Well, in theory, absolutely. And I agree that would be my choice too. But as people who are already vegan, it's easy for us to say that.
Yeah, I know it's easy for me to say that. Easier said than done kind of situation.
Well, sure. And so being in a situation where you can't eat red meat, for some people, yes, that will be an indicator to eliminate all animal products from their diet. It won't be for others. And so, that would be great if the folks who unfortunately contract alpha-gal syndrome to, adopt a vegan diet. Do I think that adopting a vegan diet in the face of being diagnosed with alpha-gal syndrome is the best course of action? Absolutely. Do I think, though, that everyone will necessarily do that when they discover that they can still consume chicken and fish?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate.
Well, I agree.
Yeah.
But again, you have to go back to people have free will.
It's true. They do. It's true.
And must be permitted to make their own choices.
Yes, people can make their own choices. I would just hope that people would maybe look a little deeper into the situation. Like, why is this tick carrying this bacteria that's causing alpha-gal?
Well, it's not a bacteria, it's a sugar.
Right. It's an enzyme or whatever that, And is this Mother Nature or whoever, is it their message to you to possibly stop consuming the Earth's animals? I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but...
No, it doesn't sound crazy. Yeah. I mean, if there is one thing that we as humans should know is that eventually, Mama Nature is going to fight back.
Yeah, that's how I look at this, that it is Mother Nature fighting back.
Could be.
Yeah. Trying to save the animals that live on our planet.
I have no empirical proof of that.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't surprise me.
It's just kind of interesting that, so there's deer populations, and so then you get deer ticks.
Yes.
Right? And then a particular deer tick is carrying an enzyme that will cause people not be able to eat deer meat. Mm-hmm. It's just, I find that fascinating.
It is fascinating.
It's almost like the ticks are looking out for the deer because the deer
are the hosts
for the
ticks.
To the tick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That is not a far-fetched connection to make. I think
it's really interesting.
I agree.
Yeah. And I would just hope, my message to the people of Martha's Vineyard is, adopt a vegan diet. And I don't know I bet there are vegan restaurants on Martha's Vineyard, but if there aren't, boy, if you live anywhere near Martha's Vineyard and you're thinking about opening up a vegan restaurant, do it.
Seriously.
And do it now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And call it, the Alpha Gals or something.
That's kind of brilliant. Yeah. And it's funny because before I actually read this article and saw what it was about, I was thinking, alpha gal. I'm like, oh, are we talking about some like really dominant, annoying female person? Like really alpha gal? Okay.
Yeah.
But now I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's this week's Y-Files. It's bizarre. And I don't know, if you really let your mind go on this one, it's pretty wild. Mm-hmm. It's pretty wild.
Agreed.
And that brings us to this week's Noteworthy segment.
This is coming to us from the Miami New Times and takes a look at what laid-off chefs of Planta are doing to create a vegan chef service. For Erica Marie Dennis and Gabriel Lopez, the news of Planta Queen's closure came as a shock, especially considering both worked at the Coconut Grove Outpost as pastry and sushi chefs, respectively. We received notice on July 30th that we were basically immediately terminated. Attached was a notice regarding the closure of the restaurant, and that was that, says Dennis of the day she and her boyfriend found out the news. Prior to working at Planta, Dennis worked as an assistant manager of another, now shuttered, vegan spot, Minty Z. It felt like deja vu all over for Dennis, who adds that Planta's ownership immediately kicked the entire laid-off workforce from its payroll system. So there's no way of confirming if everyone's last paycheck was accurate.
That's kind of crappy.
Yeah, not cool, Planta.
Yeah.
No. Definitely not. A lot of people went to Planta Queen not knowing that it would be the last time they would be eating there, she says. Even we, as employees, there were people in the building working when we received notice. Dennis calls the sudden closure disheartening. This is a company that is presenting themselves to people as people who are looking after your health and best interest, when in reality it is the complete opposite, she adds. When it came time to clean out the restaurant, they had executives walking through, and not a single person said, "I'm sorry that you're going through this," or "I'm sorry that we couldn't give you better notice."
That's terrible.
It really is. Regardless of how they feel about their previous employer, Dennis and Lopez remain passionate about vegan food. Dennis points to Vegan and Juice, located at 10887 Northwest 17th Street, Suite 112 in Doral, located near Dolphin Mall, as a local plant-based eatery that does it right. They actually have a rotating menu. Think about it like hot prepared foods. You can go there and kind of build your own plate, she says. As far as what's next for Dennis and Lopez, the couple doesn't have the funds to start their own restaurant. Instead, they are working as private chefs for hire under the name To the Roots. My boyfriend and I offer a private chef experience at clients' homes. That's been our way of providing high-quality vegan food to people who are interested, Dennis says. As far as what the couple wants people to realize is that despite Planta's closure, there is still a burgeoning vegan scene in South Florida. We don't really have that many vegan restaurants in Miami, Dennis says. My boyfriend Gabriel and I are passionate vegans and know there is a demand for vegan food here in Miami.
And that's really terrible how the people running Planta treated these people.
Yes,
and
it really is.
You kind of hear that over and over again. I mean, not so much with smaller restaurants, well, sometimes even with smaller restaurants, that they give little to no notice that they're just shutting down. Mm-hmm. And people, they don't give people an opportunity to look for other employment, which is terrible. Right. And the way that Planta handled this it's unacceptable.
It really is. And I'm very, very sorry to hear that that's the case. I mean, we have been longtime supporters of Planta as an organization. We love their Toronto restaurants. Yeah. We have yet to go to one outside of Toronto, but we have always had a great experience with Planta.
Yeah, and I know that the upper echelon of management of Planta Incorporated does not reflect on those experiences because, those experiences are made by the people on the ground,
certainly,
by the wait staff and the chefs and the people that are in those particular restaurants.
Yes.
So I wouldn't want that to reflect badly on anybody that's working in any of their other locations. But,
of course not.
But the way upper management handled this is it's just terrible.
Yes. And I'm really sorry to see that the upper administration of Planta, despite being such a respected presence in the vegan food community, is treating their workers this way.
Yeah.
Because that to me is incredibly and unquestionably in direct conflict with vegan ethics.
Yeah, and in direct conflict with how they represent their brand.
Yes.
I mean, this is the kind of thing that the vegan community will not abide by.
No.
If they find out that that employees of a vegan company are being treated poorly, Rebel Cheese, I'm looking at you, there will be backlash.
Certainly.
People will stop buying your products and going to your restaurants.
I would certainly reconsider going to Planta.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I think that business owners can do that can really elevate their brand is treat people well.
Yes.
You know, and if people that are going to your restaurant or your business know that the people working there are being treated well, that it's like the best thing you can do for your business.
Absolutely, because that inspires brand loyalty, not only from your customers, but from your workers as well.
Yeah, your workers will be happy and people will notice that.
Yeah, people want to work somewhere where they are respected, where their skills are respected, where their individuality is respected, and where they feel valued.
Yeah. And to treat the people that are on the front line that are making it happen for your business, the chefs, the wait staff, everybody else involved, to treat them like that and give them no notification that they're going to be losing their job, that's just, it's really low.
It is.
It's really low.
It's awful.
And we don't appreciate it.
Not at all. So we wish these two all of the best.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And if you're in Florida and you're looking for private chef services anywhere near Miami, look them up.
Yeah.
You know?
And I hope that these two find a way, you know, in the not too distant future to have their own place.
Yeah. It is a really expensive proposition starting a restaurant.
It certainly is,
and in our economy, it is, you have to be really courageous to start a restaurant in our economy right now. So,
but again, if there's a lot of demand in Miami and not a lot of restaurants satisfying that demand, there's also serious potential.
Yeah.
So I really hope that they are able to bring those skills and their passion for vegan food to their own place someday. Because if they were cooking for Planta, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. Yeah. So, yeah, we do wish them all the luck in the world. I hope everything works out and they're super successful in this new venture.
Absolutely.
That brings us to our main topic. And of course, today's main topic is the 2025 Rochester Vegfest,
which happened this past Sunday.
Yeah.
August 24th.
Just yesterday for us.
Indeed. Parcel 5 in Rochester, New York.
Yeah.
And we had a really great day.
It's a fantastic event. The event is growing. There was, I swear, twice as many vendors this year.
Oh, at least.
That there was last year. Yeah, there's like a whole other row of vendors this year that weren't there last year.
Actually, 2 whole rows.
Was it 2? Yeah. Then they also added this giant community tent, which was great. You know, with chairs and tables, so you could get your food and go and sit down and eat. And a lot of times at VegFests, that's the one thing that they don't have.
It's true.
A place where you can go and sit and eat and talk to your friends. And that, you know, that's what makes a VegFest, being able to spend some time with the community.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
And so that was fabulous. We didn't get to try nearly enough of the food vendors.
Well, no, of course not. I mean, you know, it was a 6-hour Veg Fest.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we had 2 meals in that amount of time, which is about right. We had breakfast and then a late lunch.
Yeah.
And they were both fabulous.
They were.
Absolutely fabulous. We started the day off with some absolutely incredible breakfast sandwiches from Holly Cake House.
Oh my God.
Yes.
These breakfast sandwiches, first of all, they had like 6 different varieties of breakfast sandwiches you could choose from. And I went to get the breakfast sandwiches and it took me a little while to decide which one I wanted because they all sounded so good. I went with one that they were calling the Venetian that had vegan egg, vegan bacon, had spinach. It had a pesto sauce and I think tomato
and cheese.
Oh, and you could do your choice of bagel. And I did a sun-dried tomato bagel because I thought that went well together.
Oh, yes.
It was fantastic.
It really was. Honestly, one of the best breakfast sandwiches I've ever had.
Yeah, agreed.
One thing I truly appreciated about this is it's really rare when a breakfast sandwich has some fresh vegetables on it.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that. When
Yeah.
I make breakfast sandwiches at home,
Yeah.
when I do our full-on fit that in your face, when we've got bagels and we've got just egg and bacon or sausage and hash browns that we put on,
Oh, yeah,
I
that's always
also
good.
top things with tomato, spinach, sprouts.
Yeah.
Radish,
Yeah.
all of those things, because I love that contrast in kind of the decadent, kind of sort of fatty, not exactly greasy, but
Yeah, what
kind
you
of a thing.
might consider not maybe the best choice for breakfast. If you add all those vegetables in there, hey,
Yeah.
there you go.
Right. It's just, I like the contrast between that kind of fresh, crisp, light flavor and then kind of the heavier, more processed flavors at the same time. And so this was a home run.
It was
without
fantastic.
question.
I enjoyed mine thoroughly.
And the pesto sauce was outrageously good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Super flavorful, really basil
Yeah.
forward, just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, so thank you, Holly Cake House. We were unfortunately unable to get back to buy because they had the most amazing spread of baked goods I have seen in a long time at a Veg Fest.
And we missed out because of two things. Number one, we forgot the rule that you must buy baked goods early at a Veg Fest.
First thing, if not, just a little bit after opening.
Just because the baked goods are always what sell out first.
It's so true.
And I think it's because baked goods tend to be relatively inexpensive. They tend to be a treat. These are probably not things that you have hanging out in your house all of the time.
Yeah.
So they're special. They're interesting. And even if you do make chocolate chip cookies on the regular,
right?
chances are that you're not making these kind of specialized products that these vegan bakeries are doing. So they tend to sell out quickly. The other reason we missed out on the baked goods was
the storm. This was the most beautiful, coolish, sunshiny day. And then right around 2:00, it looked like Voldemort was coming. This black cloud started to move over Veg Fest.
Yeah.
And everybody's looking at the sky like, wow, the sky looks kind of ominous and scary. Perhaps it's going to rain.
Yes.
Boy, howdy, did it rain.
Yes.
And I'm talking raindrops like the size of a silver dollar.
Oh, this was a torrential downpour.
And it torrentially downpoured for maybe 20 minutes
to 30 minutes,
just
something around there.
Long enough for us. We're like, I didn't bring the tent sides. Dumb. Really dumb. I should always bring them just in case.
Yeah.
So we're pulling our tables in under the tent. We're all huddling under the tent. By the time we had tried to move everything, I was completely drenched from head to toe.
Yes, you were.
Completely drenched. Oh, my God. We just for a moment thought, should we pack it in? We didn't know how long this rain was going to last.
Right.
Some of our product was wet. We were worried about things getting damaged. And luckily, we pulled through. The rain stopped. We thought about it for a little while, and we're like, let's stick it out. There's only a couple of more hours, right?
Yes. So we set things back up as best we could, avoiding truly wet spots in our tablecloths and all of that, making sure things were kind of in the sun. So, what little dampness had been caused was eradicated and all of that good stuff. So, and I'm really glad that we stuck it out.
I am too.
I feel like if we had left when, the storm kind of abated and we would have been able to break down relatively easily.
Yeah.
I think we would have regretted that.
I think we would have too, and we would have felt like quitters.
We would have,
and we're not quitters.
No, we're not. But it would have ended the event on kind of a low note.
Yeah, and that's not good.
No, that's not good.
That's not good. And, I really appreciate all the festival goers that stuck it out.
Oh, yeah.
They all huddled under either a vendor's tent or the community tent, and they all just waited it out. I did see this great video that somebody took of this little girl that was by the community tent, and she was just running around it's coming down hard, and she's just running around in the rain and splashing in the puddles and just just loving it.
Yeah.
Just like the pure joy on this kid's face. So I really shout out to everybody that stuck it out through
Yes.
that rain. There were musicians playing. They kept going. There was just like, everybody's like, it'll pass. But it was a downpour.
It really was.
And we were worried a little bit about lightning because apparently
Yeah.
there was some lightning involved with this storm, but it blew through quick.
It did. It was
Yeah.
pretty quick. Like I said, maybe 20, 25 minutes of actual rain, and then it was over. And the
then it
sun
was-
came out,
The sky cleared.
and the rest of the day was absolutely beautiful.
It was lovely. I mean, and we've had so little rain in this part of the country over the summer that the ground just sucked it. I mean, it went from like 2-3 inch deep puddles everywhere to no standing water anywhere.
Yeah, to literally dry land
Yeah.
again. So you know what? The ground needed it, and I'm glad that the earth got what she needed in that moment.
Yeah.
I really am. But
That was really exciting.
Yeah, it did make for an exciting interlude. In the middle of the Veg Fest.
Yeah. And I always just chalk it up to every time we do a Veg Fest, we learn something.
We sure do. And
This year we learned always pack the tent sides.
for an outdoor event.
Whether you think you're going to need them or not,
Yes.
pack them and have them close at hand.
Yes.
Because we could have saved a lot of trouble if when the sky got Voldemorty, we could have just put the tent sides up. You know, I mean, we were next to Burning Books,
Hooray.
who they have this huge tent and they put out hundreds of books. And of course, books and rain, not
Don't
good.
mix.
And so they're immediately pulling their tent sides down and everything because, this is not their first rodeo. And I'm thinking, should have brought the tent sides.
Yes. And another thing that doesn't really mix well with rain, of course, are anything knitted.
Yeah, that's
so
we were
I
worried about things getting ruined.
I was scooping up all of my creations and tossing them into like this bucket chair that I had, and then throwing a tarp over them.
Yep.
And so I just had a pile of like stuffed animals and scarves and bags and hats. And it was crazy.
Yeah,
it was just crazy.
was. So to go back to the baked goods at Holly Cake House.
Oh, right. That's how we got into this.
They also lost some of their inventory to the rainstorm.
rain.
They got wet and unsellable.
So rain and baked goods also not a great match.
Don't go together.
Yes.
The owners of Holly Bakehouse, their son came by our booth shortly after things started to clear up and everything, and he was carrying 2 things of scones that he managed to save.
And I just happened to ask, I was like, were those scones from Holly Cake House? And he's like, yes, they in fact were.
Yeah.
And I said that, we had meant to get baked goods earlier in the day, but missed out. And he's like, a lot of our stock got ruined with the rain.
Yeah,
so.
and that is so sad because they had cookies and, of course, those scones and cupcakes.
I saw people carrying around 6 packs of cupcakes, and they just looked so good.
Everything looked really good. While I was waiting for our breakfast sandwiches, I was kind of like scoping it out. Okay, these are the things I'm going to come back for, but we didn't get back in time.
Right. And so we have to go back to that rule: buy baked goods
Always,
early.
Veg Fest tip number 1: always buy your baked goods early.
So our next Veg Fest, which will be the Syracuse Veg Fest on September 21st, we will buy our baked goods early.
We will buy our baked goods first thing.
The moment things open, I'm heading to Fat Cat.
It will be who's serving anything breakfasty,
Yes.
and then baked goods.
Yes.
And
the baked goods we'll just put in a bag and we'll bring them home and all of that.
We'll try. We'll try not to eat.
No, we will.
Try not to eat them.
We generally don't eat the baked goods while we're at the fest.
We try to save some of them.
Because generally we hope to get, either a breakfast and lunch or a lunch and dinner situation. Yeah. And if you're eating baked goods in between those things, that's not going to work very well.
Yeah.
That's just excessive.
And then what did we have for lunch?
Ooh, lunch. Okay. We went with our tried and true Rochester favorite, grass-fed.
I know. No big surprise there.
No surprise at all. We just love grass-fed so much. We can't pass it up. And this was extra special because the first sandwich I ever had from grass-fed several years ago now.
Yeah, at the Western New York Veg
Veg
Fest, like 2019, 2020?
No, 2021, I think.
Okay.
My first sandwich from grass-fed was their gyro, and it is spectacular. It is absolutely amazing. I've had a couple of other vegan gyros since, but I have not found one that competes with grass-fed in any way. It's incredible. And so it's just so happened that Rob brought the gyro.
He did. And when I saw it on the menu, because they were right next to Holly Cake House, I'm like, oh, Sam's going to be thrilled about that.
Mm-hmm. Sam was indeed thrilled about that. And so for lunch, Christine ran over to grass-fed and picked us up a couple of gyros. Now, it turned out that I got the last pita.
You did.
Well,
you did.
It was very sweet of you to give me the last pita, because you could have said that I get the one on the roll.
Yeah.
You really could have, but
they
didn't.
They ran out. Now, mind you, this was almost, I think there was maybe 40 minutes left of the
It was like 3
festival.
It was like 3 o'clock, 3:15. Yeah.
So they had run out, and Rob said, we have one pita left, but it's more like a pita chip because it's been sitting out or something. I'm like, no, just put it on a sandwich. That's great. And I did tell him later, the aguito on a sandwich
Works.
Yeah. So if they ever want to do something like that, you know.
And of course it would work, because if you're putting all of those beautiful ingredients there, there's seitan gyro meat, the tomato, the cucumber, the lettuce, the tzatziki, all of those beautiful things, you're putting that on good bread, whether it's a pita or it's a roll, it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's all about the ingredients.
Yeah. So that was delicious. There were a lot of really great food vendors. So there was grass-fed, and of course, Holly Cake House. There was also a place that we didn't get to try, Moonshadow Kitchen. Mm-hmm. There was a food truck, Nino's Mexican, that had vegan offerings. Filomena's, Polska Chata, who had a huge line all day long, and they were serving a vegan pierogies, and everybody said they were fantastic. Spirit in Abundance, which is a vegan cheesemaker, and Sunshine Vegan Eats was there, and they're always a huge hit.
Huge.
And the Veg E Table was also there, and we didn't get to try. There's so much to try. You can only eat so much food, and you can only buy so much food.
Yeah.
And when you're vending, you only have so much time to go around. So we didn't get that. We will branch out when we go to Syracuse Veg Fest. And try to get something from places we've never been.
Right. Although, we've said that about every single Veg Fest that grass-fed comes to.
Yeah.
And we always wind up.
I know, but it's almost kind of like me and Strong Hearts, how I always get the Reuben.
You do always get the Reuben.
Even though I tell myself, I'm going to get something different. I'm going to get something different. And then I see the Reuben on the menu and I go,
and you just love it so much.
I'm getting the Reuben.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, there were other food vendors. There was Be Healthy Fresh Food Market was there. There was Happy Earth Tea was there. Lemon Love Lemonade. I saw a lot of people.
So many people carrying around these huge lemonades.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was another Love Fern Lemonade. And Tia Coffee was there.
Nice.
Yeah. Then for snacks, there were vendors for snack stuff too. Bravely by Jack's, June Bar, Long Weekend Bake Shop was there.
And Long Weekend was there.
We didn't get there either.
And I stopped in. I was looking because I saw them and I'm like, ooh, maybe Long Weekend has some stuff left.
Yeah.
I think the only thing they had left was a single lemon matcha cookie.
And you didn't buy it?
I didn't. I didn't buy it because I was like, oh, well, we just kind of missed everything. So we'll have more experiences with Long Weekend.
Yeah.
So no worries.
Lorenz Farm was there. Once again, F. Oliver's, Flint's Maple, Frio's Pops. They were selling these really delicious looking popsicles.
They did. I came very close to buying a couple of popsicles when I went out looking for baked goods because they had some really unique flavors.
Yeah, they have a food truck and they sell all these like gourmet popsicles.
Yeah, really unique flavors.
Yeah.
So the next time I see Frio's out and about, I'm going to have to check that out.
The Porridge Pot was there. ROC Kettle Corn was
Yes.
there, and they were a big hit. I saw a lot of people with kettle corn. I tried the kettle corn because they were walking around giving samples. It was really good.
And you
then,
could smell the kettle corn all day.
Every time they put in a fresh batch of popcorn, it was like, it would just like waft around the festival.
It was pretty great.
The Spice Project, the Fun Guys were there with all these amazing mushrooms. And the Vegan Pantry, which is a new vegan grocery store near Buffalo.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then, of course, there were all kinds of vendors selling art and books and apparel and all that.
And speaking of those things, because if there are two things I'm very likely to buy at a Veg Fest other than baked goods, because always, they are books from Burning Books.
Right.
The fact that they placed us right next to Burning Books, I was like, oh, this is dangerous.
I know. That's what I said too. Dangerous.
And then, of course, some apparel from our friend Andy Tabar at Compassion Co.
Yeah.
I actually got 3 shirts from him yesterday.
Yeah.
Because we hadn't seen Andy in a hot minute.
We hadn't.
It's been quite a while. And I was like, okay, I need my Compassion Co. fix.
Yeah.
So I got a couple of really great shirts off of his clearance racks, and then also bought one of his newer designs, which I happen to be wearing right now.
Yep.
His t-shirts are not only super cool, I love his designs, but they are so soft and so comfortable.
Yeah, and he's really careful about how he sources his shirts.
Yes.
You know, they don't come from any place that's doing, child labor.
That's right. They are sweatshop free.
They're sweatshop free.
They are organic.
And they're organic cotton, and they're really soft. And
Oh,
the more
they're
you
just
wash
beautiful.
them, the softer they get. And he's got some really great designs. The one that you're wearing now, the eat plants on the front, and then it has a...
And then on the back, it has
hex.
this kind of witchy design, and it says, Hex Animal Agriculture, Eat Plants.
Yeah, and I have that same shirt. I got it when the design first came out earlier in the year, or maybe last year, in green, and it's also super soft. It's a great shirt.
Yeah.
And I also got a shirt from Andy because my clothes were soaked. Well, I was planning on getting a shirt from him anyway, but then I'm like, oh, well, I might as well go get the shirt now so that I can change out of this completely soaked shirt. And I got one of his new designs that's being printed with glow-in-the-dark ink. So cool. Oh, my gosh. It's got this death figure on the back and a logo thing on the front, and all the whiter ink on it. It's just pops, because one of the first things I did when I came home and I was changing out of those clothes is I went into a dark room in our house and I held it up and I'm like, holy cow, it really does glow. I mean, super glow. And so, I love his stuff.
And with the death figure, it says flesh foods are death foods.
Flesh foods are death foods. And I have that sticker. It's a great saying, and I love that.
Yep. Really awesome.
Yeah.
So
that
yes.
was cool.
So total, we got 4 shirts from Compassion Co.
Yep.
Definitely check them out, compassionco.com online, or you will be able to check Andy out. He's coming to both the Syracuse Veg Fest and the Cleveland Veg Fest,
I believe
right?
so, yeah. And you can check his social medias for his schedule, because he goes all over the country.
He does. He is everywhere, and we just love him to death. Not only is he a great designer, he's a really cool human being, so definitely support him if you can.
Yeah.
And then also, I, of course, snuck over to Burning Books and bought my traditional 5 books from them. I'm already into one of them, and I'm just entranced or ensorcelled by this book already.
That's good.
So... yeah, I just absolutely love them. For those of you who aren't familiar, Burning Books is essentially a far left-wing bookstore. Most of what they sell is very specifically focused on varying social justice movements. So we're talking anti-racism, anti-sexism. There's a lot of LGBT materials. There's a lot of feminist materials, et cetera, et cetera. They are just amazing. I absolutely love them.
They are definitely doing their part to make the world a better place.
They sure are.
In my opinion.
Yes.
And they have a brick and mortar in Buffalo, but they also take this book show on the road all summer long, and they're everywhere. They go to many outdoor festivals.
And chances are they will also be at Syracuse and at Cleveland.
Probably.
So I'll be buying more books. By the time our season is over.
Yeah, more books to add to our library.
That's right. That's why I have a Fun Money account, so I can buy books.
Yeah, it's a cool thing.
It is.
I did want to shout out some people that came to our booth And if I don't shout you out, it's not because I didn't appreciate you or we don't appreciate you. It's because I didn't get your name or you didn't sign our mailing list. So,
and there you have it.
yeah.
Yes.
So fair warning. If you want to shout out, sign the mailing list. First off, I want to shout out Kat and Allie, who stopped by our booth and bought shirts and buttons and stickers, I believe. They were a joy to talk to. I just love when people come to our booth. Even if you don't buy anything, if we can have a good conversation, I love it.
It's the best.
Yeah. Emma stopped by the booth. Thanks, Emma. Caroline, Cindy, Rachel, and Greg, just a few of the people that stopped by our booth.
That's right.
We were pretty busy most of the day. It was a really nice day.
And we had a lot of great conversations, met some really wonderful people.
Yeah.
And also one of the things that, especially for an outdoor veg fest, one thing that will add to my appreciation or my consideration of the veg fest as a success is how many dogs I get to meet.
Oh, yeah. Sam's all about the dogs.
I am all about the dogs. And so I got to pet just about a dozen really amazing doggos yesterday.
Yeah.
And get to, make friends with lovely furry people.
Yeah.
And so that's always a highlight for me.
This really great dog, this woman was walking this really great dog, and she said that this dog was, I just found on the street and never claimed. Mm-hmm. And this dog looked to be part pit bull and part dachshund.
But a dachshund the size
of a pit bull. Yes. Very short, stumpy legs.
Yes.
Very long
body, but also just thick.
Yeah.
And with a really big head.
Yeah, and brindle coloring.
Brindle coloring. Oh, absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, she was a really cute dog.
So sweet, too.
Oh, my gosh. There were so many cute dogs.
So many amazing dogs.
Yeah, and sometimes, at these festivals when it's really, really hot, I want to tell people just leave your dog at home because they'd probably be happier. But it was a pleasant day.
It really was.
And as long as you are providing your dog with water and food throughout the day, there wasn't pavement. They're walking on grass. So I think it was a perfect day.
It really was.
To bring your dog out to a veg fest. So.
And it was just a really great day in general. So we certainly want to thank all of the organizers and volunteers that made the Rochester Veg Fest happen.
Yeah,
they have a wonderfully successful event.
They have a super team.
They have a great team.
They helped us move our stuff when we were setting up, and they offered to help when we were tearing down. And their team, they hand you a business card, and if you have a problem throughout the day, just call.
Yep.
And we'll try and solve whatever the issue is. There's really great team.
Yes,
there.
So kudos to the entire Rochester Veg Fest team, and thank you again for a really wonderful experience.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll be back next year.
Yeah, I can't wait for next year. Oh, one thing I did want to do is shout out some of the old friends that we met.
Old friends.
Yeah, because the cool thing about Veg Fest is we see people that we don't normally see any other time of the year. Right. First off, I want to say it was good to see Debbie.
Yes, it's always great to see Debbie.
Yep, our friend Cameron, who was on the Veg Fest team.
Who was on the team.
He was volunteering there at Veg Fest. Always great to see Cameron. Of course, Andy at Compassion Co.
Always.
It's always good to see Andy. Becky, thank you for stopping by the booth. Becky, haven't seen you since last year, I think.
Yeah.
Rob at Grassfed, always a pleasure.
Indeed.
Jay, who stopped by from Veggie Pops, formerly Metro Pops. He did an interview with me, and I'm not sure where that's going to pop up somewhere. Sorry if it didn't turn out.
I, of course, ran and hid.
Yeah, she did. AJ, good to see AJ again.
Yes, great to see AJ.
The whole crew at Holly Cake House, Nikki and the crew at Sunshine Vegan Eats, the gang at Burning Books.
Yep.
Great group of people. And Allie at Spirit and Abundance Vegan Cheese. Always great to see Allie.
And, of course, all of our friends from Mockingbird Farm Animal Sanctuary.
Didn't get to spend a whole lot of time at their booth. They had a wonderful booth.
Yes, they did.
I did manage to go buy it. They were busy talking to people and selling T-shirts and telling them about the sanctuary and stuff, so I didn't want to interrupt. But their booth looked fantastic.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a great day. I love a good Veg Fest.
Me too.
And I'm glad that we didn't let the rain get us down.
Me too. And I'm just glad that, hey, in a few weeks, we'll get to do it all again.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Me too.
Let's move on now to our assignment restaurant, SOS.
This week, we're taking a look at Karma Road Vegan Cafe and Deli. Located at 11 Main Street, New Paltz, New York, they have a rotating menu that is lovingly built out of fresh, organic ingredients from the plant kingdom, and you can expect something delightfully different on each visit.
I love that.
I do too.
Let's take a look at their menu.
Oh, let's.
Now, I know you can do dine-in or takeaway at Karma Road. Let's see what you can get. They have juices and smoothies. Smoothies are always great. Chocolate in my peanut butter. That's what I'm getting.
Oh, well, of course. How would you not?
A chocolate in my peanut butter smoothie with frozen bananas and peanut butter. Yeah, that's good.
Yes, I would probably go in that direction too, but I'm also seeing a couple of others that are calling my name the Mango Berry.
Yeah.
Which is mango, blackberry, raspberry, and blueberry.
Yeah.
Mango and berries are some of my favorite fruits. And then also the Wake Up Call.
Yeah, it's got iced coffee in it.
It does.
Yeah.
And for someone who doesn't drink a lot of coffee but loves iced coffee, the idea of combining that iced coffee base with bananas, peanut butter, cocoa powder, and agave.
That sounds really good.
It sounds really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just fantastic.
I wonder if they would do it with decaf.
You never know.
I like this one. It's called the Berry Bananalo.
Oh, that's great. See, now that belongs on Grass-Fed's menu because Grass-Fed always comes up with really great sandwich titles.
Sandwich names.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some great juices, some great smoothies, and then, of course, they have sandwiches and wraps.
And I'm already seeing the one that Christine would go directly for, which is the Karma Reuben.
The Karma Reuben. Uber satisfying and hearty marinated baked tempeh with sauerkraut, Russian dressing, and lettuce. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm thinking I'm probably headed towards the tempeh BLT.
Yeah.
It's their take on the Luncheonette Classic, and they're piling vegan bacon, tomato, lettuce, vegan mayo, and tahini dressing on their sandwich, which sounds absolutely amazing. But then again, I'm looking at the falafel wrap because I do love me some falafel.
I do too. I love a good falafel. I thought maybe you would go for the avocado explosion.
Well, there's that too.
Which is mashed avocado, grated carrots, and sunflower greens with their luscious tahini dressing.
Yeah, you can't go wrong there either.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Then, of course, the falafel wrap is baked falafel, not fried.
Yeah.
And they join that with hummus, grated carrot, tomato, lettuce, and tahini dressing.
Yep.
So lots of things to choose from.
And they do something that I wish every restaurant in the world would do. Breakfast served all day.
Of course.
I love breakfast for dinner, breakfast for lunch. You know?
Yep.
And they have scrambled tofu burrito. They have all kinds of different breakfast burritos, avocado toast, the TBTS sandwich, which is tempeh bacon, tofu scramble, tomato, lettuce, vegan mayo, and tahini dressing. That sounds like something you might get.
That sounds something like I might get.
Because you like a sandwich kind of thing.
I do, but as also does the hybrid burrito.
Oh,
with roasted potatoes, scrambled tofu, bean and grain of the day, vegan cheese, and tomato salsa with a side salad.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
I love a good breakfast burrito.
Me too.
Yeah.
I really do. They're just amazing.
Potatoes are good on a breakfast burrito. They have soup, and it's usually a soup du jour kind of situation.
Yep.
Right now, it is a Italian red lentil veggie, which sounds really good. They have salads, and they have deli selections.
Yes.
That change every day.
So beautiful, beautiful menu.
Yeah.
They also do some sweets. So they've got the muffin of the moment, which I really like. And the one that is up on the menu right now is a cherry fig muffin, which bring that on.
Yeah.
And you can get that with or without chocolate chips.
Sounds good.
I'm thinking cherry fig with chocolate chips.
Definitely with
no
chocolate
question.
chips. Yeah.
They do a chocolate peanut butter bar.
Ooh. I love that.
They do some popcorn. And you can also just get an apple. A crunchy,
That's nice.
juicy, organic apple of the day.
99 cents.
99
Get yourself an
cents.
apple. I like that under the deli specials, they have a couple of bowls, and one's called the affordable
Nice.
And then the other one's called the Flexible.
Yes. The Affordable is a huge portion of our grain of the day and bean of the day with your choice of a third item from the deli selection, which could be tempeh or blackened tofu or veggie slaw, hummus, roasted butternut squash. So that's really awesome that you're getting that kind of really substantial grain and bean combo.
Yeah.
Plus something.
And I like that their deli selection changes on the daily.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So there is a lot of really, it's not junk food. Some really good looking food on this menu.
Yeah. Really fantastic.
They have all kinds of cold drinks and, of course, hot drinks, lattes and teas and espresso and golden milk. Ooh. Sam loves a good golden milk.
I do.
Yeah. And you can represent Karma Road by ordering yourself a knit hat or beanie, a t-shirt, a mug, or a water bottle with their brand on it, which is great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love that.
So if you are in the new Paltz, New York area, please stop by Karma Road Vegan Cafe and Deli. And if you do, please take a picture of your food and email it along to us. Let us know what you got and what you thought of it, and we'll enter you into our vegan dinner winner contest. That brings us to our favorite portion of the show.
Must be listener shout out time.
It's listener shout out.
Just want to give a shout out to all my fans watching. I love you guys. I love you.
This week's listener shout out goes to Darren Berg, who, according to Christine, is our top fan on Facebook.
He is. Congratulations, Darren Berg. You are our top Facebook fan.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Thank you for all your support, Darren. And please send us your t-shirt size and address so we can send you a Compassion and Cucumbers swag bag. You can text us using the link in our show notes. You can email us at compassionandcucumbers@gmail.com or simply DM us on Instagram or Facebook because we want to get that swag bag out to you.
We sure do. For the rest of you out there, if you want a listener shout out, please text, email, or DM us. Let us know what you think of the show and tell us a little bit about yourself. You can also always nominate someone else for a shout out.
You can. It's time to wrap this baby up. And I always tell you, and you're probably sick of me saying it,
Probably.
but don't forget to subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast app and subscribe to our YouTube. And please share the show with a friend or a family member that you think would enjoy what we do so we can reach more great people. If you want to get news about the show, you can do that by subscribing to our weekly newsletter at our website. That is compassionandcucumbers.com.
And with that, it's time to sign off. You have just listened to episode 196 of the Compassion and Cucumbers podcast, and there's nothing left to say but where cukes and compassion are always the fashion. On the podcast.
Thanks, James.
Have a great week, everyone.
We'll talk to you next Tuesday.
We love you.
We do. Bye-bye.
The end.
If you'd like to support the Compassion and Cucumbers podcast, well, you can do that by hopping on over to our Patreon page and becoming a patron. We have all the recipes from our vegan kitchen series up there, and we'll be adding some patron-only episodes in the near future. So thank you for supporting us at whatever level that you choose, and thank you again for listening to Compassion and Cucumbers podcast.